Okay, guys, so I am trying to get this video to play for you, and I don't understand why it won't. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, so it's just going to go ahead and show a picture of me. That just isn't really useful. So, whatever. We'll just without the beginning of the show, go right here. I don't know why that video won't play. It was just playing a little bit ago, but for some reason, right after you hit the start stream, everything starts going, oh, he's not doing anything. Let's mess with him. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. Don't tread on me first. You win the prize of me saying your name to possibly just you so far. But yeah, I don't know why that video is. You know what we'll do here? I will make sure that that video is playing down below here. So that's what we'll do. We'll make that the one that's playing down below. That way, there. How about that? We'll just keep that going, and we'll keep the video level very, very low. But oh, it's a Centroid aerial raid. What's up, Flying with Stan? How's it going? Hey, Colorado Fisher. What's up? No hot girls to talk to, so you're here. Hey, that's good. That's good. If they are, just tell them that you're YouTube famous and just show them my stream and just, maybe type a little thing in a chat and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that Colorado Fisher guy, I cannot believe that he's on my channel. He is so huge on YouTube. Just if you find any, just let me know, Colorado Fisher. I'll help you out. I'll play wingman from 700-800 miles away. I can do it. But yeah, thanks guys for coming in. Appreciate you guys coming in. Appreciate everybody being here. Hey man, if I can help a man out, I'm all there. I'm there for you, man. Absolutely. I hope you aren't buried with snow. If you're at the bar, you at least were able to make it out of your driveway, right? Because you were getting like what, a foot plus of snow and like near hurricane level winds, or I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty bad. So tonight, I didn't get very much time to do some trivia questions. Work was crazy today. So this week, because I work in a family business, so I work with my dad and my brother, and I think it was Tuesday of this week, my brother blew out a tire on his work vehicle. I mean, completely destroyed this thing. And he was about 70 miles away or whatever. So we had to go save him, get him all settled. And we finally got his car back into town, got it to the shop and everything. And we got that back this morning. And literally, we got his car back this morning. And then what happens? I must have run over like a pocket full of nails or something, because there was like 4 nails that went through my tire. I got a big old flat this morning, and there was lug nuts that were seized on it. I was actually on the Canadian Drone Hub this morning. Again, after I usually leave for work, I can listen for a little while, but not the whole time. But no, I was on today just waiting because I couldn't get these darn lug nuts off. So my dad had to bring me a better wrench, because the lug nut or lug wrenches that come with cars, let's be honest here, they are trash. They're usually trash. They're not good whatsoever. Yeah, Colorado Fisher. But yeah, so I had to change the tire today. It took me 2 hours to change a tire. And also another thing, Mercedes thinks that they're making their spare tire holder underneath the car really cool by no, that was horrible. I'd rather just sit there and crank on something to make a tire, the string that lowers down. I'd rather do that than the scenario I had to go through to get this spare tire down this morning. It was not fun, but I'm here. And I got everything done that I needed to. Well, most everything that I needed to. What's up, Crags? How's it going? Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, so that was my interesting morning. And then let's see. Picked my daughter up and my son up from school and daycare, and Bella and Colin and the wife and I, we all went for our first like family walk of the year because it was actually above freezing and the baby wasn't going to like turn blue by the time we got home, become a white walker. Hey, Mr. Doughboy, what's up, man? How you doing? So we actually got to go do our first like walk of the year, which is amazing because it was like 38 degrees outside, which I know for some of you guys are like, what? That's crazy. But for us here right now, it felt like summer. I mean, I was wearing my short sleeve shirt outside. That might be a little too far, but it was good. It was nice. And it's supposed to only get warmer. It's supposed to be near 60 next week. So I cannot wait for that kind of weather. Yep, I'm doing good, Doughboy. I was saying right before you got in here, I did have to change a hell of a tire this morning. That wasn't fun. But other than that, everything else is good. Yep, I'm doing great, Craigs. Nature's Beauty, thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, thank you guys, everybody coming over from Mark's channel and everybody's jumping on in here. I appreciate you guys coming in. Hey, Cindy, what's up? How's it going? I saw your last few videos on the Rattlesnake Ridge and stuff. It's sometimes it's kind of hard to see how it's moving with all the snow on everything, but it's definitely moving along still. Hey, Roger, how you doing? But yeah, and then something I'm really, really excited about is I am getting some sponsored gear sent to me from, well, at first it's just this one thing. They're going to see how everything goes. But I'm getting some props sent to me for my Mavic Air, and they are stealth props. There's a company now that finally makes air noise reduction props for a Mavic Air. I am really excited. So they're sending those to me. They should be here, I think tomorrow or Saturday morning, and I'll make a video on that, show you guys how quiet they really are. It's supposed to drop at about 4 decibels, and they say 50% noise reduction, which 4 decibels is only 40%. So I don't know. We'll see. But if it drops at anything, Mavic Air, everybody's complaint about a Mavic Air is the sound, how loud they are. And so if it can drop it a little bit, that would be amazing. Because on their little video that I saw on their website when I was talking to them, they sound a lot better. So 101. Oh wow, Cindy, you've done 101 Rattlesnake Ridge videos. That's crazy. That is way crazy. Hey Ricky, how's it going? Eber, man, what's up? How are you doing? Robert Stanton, thanks for coming in, guys. Thank you everybody for being here. But yeah, I cannot wait to do a review on these Mavic Air props because, and the other thing is, we'll see. I'm going to do a test on it to make sure, but they say that it gives you about 2 to 2.5 minutes average flight time, extra flight time. So, I mean, if it gives you better flight time and less noise, I might get a couple pairs of them. But supposedly they're sending me those ones, and then they might send me a couple to give away later. So anybody who has the Mavic Air, maybe I might have a couple to give away. We'll see. And by the way, anybody who has Skype, if you guys want to come in here and say hi and hang out, I am more than willing to invite some people in. I had Mike Roshan last week with Mark, and that was fun. Yeah, Jim. I know the Mavic Air, less noise. It's going to be amazing if it works. You know, sometimes advertisement is not quite what it lives up to be, but if it's anything decent of a noise reduction, I can't wait. Yeah, hashtag angry bees. Exactly, Drone Tread. I mean, exactly. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, anybody who has Skype, I can bring you guys in. I'll put you in the monitor right next to me here, and possibly in the lower one if need be. We get a couple people. But what's up, Proper? How's it going, man? Good to see you. I think this is the first time I've seen you in a while outside of. Well, no, you've been in mine. You've been in mine recently, so I was gonna say I've seen you a lot in. Oh gosh, what's his name? Nightshame's channel and stuff, and a few times in Rogers. Usually you get on Rogers, not at the same time as me, but Roman, what's up? So guys, by the way, Deer Park Farmstead, that is my neighbor. I'm pointing at a screen, and you got my screen with the chat is over here. So if I point over here randomly, I'm not actually pointing at this video screen. I'm pointing at my chat. I talk with my hands a lot, if you guys haven't noticed that already. But Deer Park Farmstead lives like less than an hour away from me. So he lives just north of Spokane, and I live just east of Spokane. So it's really cool. But yeah, he's got an awesome channel, and he has a really cool live stream that he does. And correct me if I'm wrong, Roman. Correct me if I'm wrong, Roman, but it's Monday and Wednesdays at 9:30 Pacific time that you do it, I believe. So, hey, Kristen, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Good to see you again. And yes, everybody, please don't forget to hit that like button, because if you don't, I will be forced to use this screen. Although, you know, maybe some of you guys might prefer that as opposed to, oh, my GoPro just shut off for some reason. I must have had it on. As opposed to having to see my face. Now you guys have to see double my face with that video playing, right? Oh, thanks, Roman. Thank you. But yeah, everybody. So it's the props is kind of my first sponsored product video that I'm going to be doing. So I'm really excited about that, especially if they work out for the Mavic Air and give me extra flight time as well as the sound. And then I have something else that I'm really working on that is going to basically partner me with a business that has like 250,000 people on their email list, and they will be basically featuring me on their email list a couple times a month in my channel. So that is like, that would be way awesome. But I'm kind of like a semi-finalist right now. So it's still in the works. It'll be like a month or so before I would actually know whether that works out or not. But if that works out, that would be amazing. 250,000 people getting emails with my video in it. That's a lot. So that's my biggest hope. But I've got a lot of work that I've got to do to still finish the process of going through that. So we shall see. But it'll give me some access to some really cool stuff as well as a lot of people. Yeah, that it would be really amazing. So guys, okay, let's see. Let's start out with one of mine. I have just a couple trivia questions, and maybe I'll just make one up off the top of my head later. But since we're a few minutes in now, let's start with my first drone trivia question. Not all of these are drone trivia questions. Some of them are about my channel or my family or anything like that. So just stuff that you would see in my videos. But let's see. How about this? We'll start with this one. And there's no real prizes. It's just a for fun trivia thing. But what state does Droning About Northwest live in? And yes, that's weird talking about myself in third person. But what state does Droning About Northwest live in? Just type it in chat when you guys get it. Let's see who gets it first. And then if you get it first, I'll shout your channel out, shout your name out. All right. We'll see you in a little bit there, Kristen. Yes, everybody, please hit that like button. Ooh, close. Drone tread on me. Nah, nobody's gotten it yet, but it is in the Northwest. So I am not quite in Washington or Oregon or Massachusetts. But hey, Food Forest, what's up, man? How are you doing? If you came in earlier, I didn't see you. Sorry, but I see you now. Proper's in Oregon. I know Proper's in Oregon. I know EZC Productions is in Washington. Ah, who got it first? I have Drone Pool getting it first, but I think Drone Pool and Food Forest literally came in at the exact same time, popped up. But yep, it is Idaho. Idaho is where I live. Now, to all those who guessed Washington, to be fair, so many of my videos are done in Washington, and I think I live as a crow flies, or as I should say, as a drone flies, 5.5 miles from the Washington border. So if I were to fly up with a Phantom 4 Pro, I could probably get to the border and back. Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah. No, I'm nowhere near there. In fact, I've never been to Massachusetts. The only time I've ever been to the East Coast, as a matter of fact, is when my family went on our cruise. Like, gosh, it's been 2 months since we went on that cruise already, but 2 months ago. That was the first time I had ever been to the East Coast. Never been to the East Coast. I've been to, some states that are near the East Coast. I've been to the Carolinas. I've been to, well, I mean, Pennsylvania isn't really an East Coast. It's not really along the coast, but I've been pretty close. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and then I've been to Georgia and stuff. But most of that was all in airports. Yep, it was Spokane, Cindy. In fact, I probably have said Spokane. No, I think I've told you Idaho maybe once or twice, but usually when I talk about where I live, I say Coeur d'Alene or Spokane just because nobody knows the little dinky Post Falls town that I live in. Not many people, I should say, but I actually am in Post Falls, in between the two. So, I think I already threw that one out. By the way, is there anybody who wants to come in with me? If you guys, I really like having guests in here, so don't feel like you are stealing any thunder or inconveniencing anybody. I like having somebody else's actual voice to bounce stuff off of. So anybody who wants to come in, just let me know, and we will work out how to get you in here. I've become a little better with this, so it doesn't take quite as much time, but I can get you guys. In here. Yeah, Jim, you should be in, and you don't have to have Skype. I can do it on Google Hangouts. It's just not as easy. I can't get everybody in with their own video, so yeah. Proper, what video are we talking about? Proper has a video premiering soon? Ooh. That's one thing I have never done. I don't know about you guys, but I have never premiered a video. Never premiered a video. I don't even know how it really works, other than I guess it has like a little bit of time frame before the video actually plays that you can talk and chat, and then you can talk and chat with people as they're watching it, and then you can talk afterwards. And like anybody who's ever watched a premiere, because I've never even watched a premiere, am I able to actually like talk to you guys, like broadcast while it's playing? I'm not sure. Yeah, Mark, you're allowed. In fact, if you want to come on, you can, Mark. Oh, hey, Jim, if you got to work early tomorrow, we'll see you later. Have a good night. Sleep well. I hope you can sleep well. Yep, Silverwood Park is, yeah, Cindy, I love Silverwood. We at least make it there a couple times a year. So, at least a couple times a year. And the funny thing is I live like, what? It's about 10 miles away, 15 miles away from like the biggest theme park in the northwestern area. I think to get anything, you have to go east all the way to like Minnesota and south all the way to California to find a theme park bigger. It's pretty crazy. I will bring you in, Mark, because Mark, I remember the last time I called you without speaking with you first. It was almost one of those situations where you had to dive out of the camera's vision space there. Yeah, yeah. Food Forest, you should do one. I want to do a premiere, but I like to see somebody else do it first. I like to see kind of how it works before I go in just blindly, I guess. Let me see here. I am going to. Oh my gosh, my Skype is maybe going to work this time. I remember last weekend it didn't work. We'll see if it works this time. I don't know. Last week, my Skype literally opened and then just like hit itself. So I am not sure where it goes. No, it's not showing up. Fantastic. Hey, Mark, how about I bring you in through Hangouts instead of trying to fudge with Skype the whole time? Because it is, I don't know what's going on with my Skype. I'm going to have to delete it and reinstall it one more time. But is what it is. All right, guys, sorry, I'm getting Mark in here. Trying to, at least. Anybody else who wants to come in on Hangouts, I will try to bring you in. Let's see here. By the way, guys, I am looking. It looks like my frames per second are a little low. Is anybody noticing it kind of jumping a little bit at all or anything in the stream? Please let me know if it is. Oh gosh. Hey, Drone Shots, what's up? Yeah, I'm trying to bring Mark in here, and it's sometimes a little bit of I'm gonna turn off my center monitor video here when I bring him in, just because it's a little easier on the CPU that way. Now I have to find Mark in my. For some reason, he never moves up on my email list when I move him. It just keeps going back down to the bottom. Both him and Interactive DNA. I don't know. Technology, right? So, by the way, while I'm bringing Mark in here, I am going to give you guys one more trivia question. And then we'll wait for Mark to get that invite, I hope. One more trivia question. So here it is. What is the advertised battery life of a DJI Spark? What's the advertised battery life of a DJI Spark? And I will be trying to pay attention to what everybody's saying. It's not good resolution. The resolution is saying that it's fine. It's just I'm showing that for a while I was showing that I was dropping a few frames, not a lot, but or not dropping a few frames, but only running at about 23, 22 frames a second, which is not ideal. You either want 24 or 30 is usually what you want, but we'll see here. I should have sent that to you, Mark. Let me know if you didn't get it. If you didn't get the link for Hangouts, just let me know. You should be invited. It doesn't mean I did it right. Oh,
I'm in.
Awesome. Okay, now let me turn on your. That's not right. That's not the right window. Hold on here.
You got me then.
Yeah, I got you. I think everybody has your audio, but I don't think we.
Is there a problem with my camera?
No, I got your camera coming in. Hey, maybe I should minimize that with. Oops. Oh, that would be interesting if anybody picked that up. Okay, hold on, guys. This is the fun part.
Oh, God bless OBS.
Oh, yes. Okay. And it's still not showing.
You brought up a window capture, right?
Yeah, I brought up a window capture.
Did my Hangouts window appear as a choice?
Yep, it did, but it's not moving it over.
Huh. Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I can log out and log back in if you think that might be useful.
No, I don't think that's it. Oh, hey. Hold on. Maybe I should lock it in place, though.
Maybe. So what do you see in the window that you chose for me? Nothing? Is it a gray screen of any sort?
Yeah, it's not catching your voice anymore. You know what? Go ahead and re-log in, Mark. We'll try this again. Sorry, guys. This is so fun.
I think. You hear me? Hello?
Maybe it's not going to work, Mark.
Oh, that's okay, man.
I don't know. It's only wanting to pick up this one window. It's not wanting to pick up the actual.
Can you close that Google Hangouts window that I see in your side screen? That you don't need to open
I am having problems with your audio, though, Mark.
Okay.
I might have to. I might have to just cut and run on the idea, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay, man. It is what it is. So.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete that window capture. I'm going to add a window capture.
Do you have
All right, Mark, I think I got it here, but I still don't have your voice correct.
I can help you with that. You just have to bring in audio output and use whatever speakers you're using. Whatever you use to hear me, use that. You put that in audio output. There I am. I see me up there.
Is it working?
I see a picture of me.
Your voice isn't working though. I'm gonna have to change your your audio output capture too. I'm just going to redo the whole thing and remove and add. I don't know why you have to remove and add that stuff each time, but okay. Now go ahead and talk. See if you can. All right. I don't know what's going on with you. It's not saying anything's lagging. OPS isn't lagging. It's showing your video just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, I don't think anybody else can hear you. At least I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear him in chat that's in chat? Can you guys hear him just fine? It's his beard. Drone tread on me. Yeah, seriously. The Ken Heron controller smash. No, I won't be smashing anything. I have only too recently spent the money on most of this stuff, so. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your mic. It's like every now and then it'll cut out and cut in, cut out, cut in.
That's weird. Like
It should be working, but
who knows? Let me try something.
yeah, I know his audio is cutting out, Robert. Not sure what's going on there.
Hello? Can you
Yeah, it's no better. It might be on my end.
Oh.
Hey Val, how's it going? What's up? Not sure. Hey Val, did you want to come on here really quick? I want to see. We're trying to see if it's Mark's mic or my OBS that's messing up here with his video feed. So Val, I'm going to send you a link. If I can, we'll send you one. You're going to kind of pop up in Mark's same spot.
Do you want me?
Oh, do I want you what? I can hear you for about 3 seconds or half a second or so.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Like I said, I can hear you, but not very often. It's probably on my end, Mark. I'm not gonna lie.
How about? Maybe it's my mic.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, it's probably my end. But while I'm trying to find Val here. But yeah, I don't know who else has Mavic Air, but has anybody else seen any other place that sells any noise reduction props? Because these are the first ones that I've seen that these guys are sending to me, and they seem to be pretty new product for them. So. All right, Val, I am sending you the link right now.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
No, not very well. It's still doing the same thing, Mark.
Well, the sound bars on Google Hangouts is reacting to my voice, so somehow it's going through Google Hangouts, but you're not getting it. I don't know if it's my end or not.
All
I'm
right,
looking
so
at
Val, I sent you that link as well, Val. Trans Jedi, what's up, man? Yeah, Exactly. Thank you, Transit Jedi. That's a good way of putting it. The gremlins are trying to mess things up here. It
Hey, Val.
it definitely works.
I hear you, Val, just fine.
No, it's not you, Mark. It's my end because it's doing the same thing to Val. I don't know what's going on with it, but thanks, Val. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just gosh, and I wish I had Skype going because Skype works so much better than the Hangouts does with OBS. Sometimes Hangouts just works better than OBS, though. But
I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and just remove your guys' mic here. And then I'm going to try to do this one more time while I oh man, I misdid that box there. All right, guys, go ahead and try to say something now. You guys are coming through my mic somehow a little bit. Yeah. I now I can. So now I'm gonna see. I didn't have my.
so what you
But
need
I don't
to do
think
is make
anybody
sure
else is.
So what you need to do is you need to change the audio output for us to whatever your headset is.
Hey,
So
you want to know what's funny, Mark?
what?
I can hear you through my headset now because I just plugged it in.
Uh-huh.
And I had it
There
trying to pull your audio from what's playing to my headset that wasn't plugged in.
So has everybody got it? Audio's good now, he says.
Yeah,
Dennis says the
everything's
audio's
good. I just had to plug in my headphones. You know.
There you
What
go.
is it
We're
that
in.
Interactive DNA always says? He always says
What?
it's user error 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
And 99.9% of the time when he says that, it makes me upset because I know he's right.
Okay.
So now you pulled Val in. She had to deal with me for the last 2 hours. Now you have to make her deal with me again.
What is this about? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear. Everything's good.
Colin, hey baby. Hey baby. How you doing?
Hey,
Oh, he's so cute.
Well, I can't pull this out.
Oh.
hey, Russ, make sure Ashley knows I got her back.
Yeah, Mark says he
Yeah, we
still
got
has
you
your back.
Ashley. We got you.
Yeah.
He's going to bed now.
Okay. Bye, buddy.
He's such a cutie.
He's a cutie.
He is a cutie.
You see him, he's so cute. So can I be on this other screen down here?
I can't. I can put you guys both down there, but I can't. When it's on Hangouts, it won't split the video because it's only coming through as one video.
Yeah, that's why Skype is kind of cool because you can have 2 calls and you can separate them, and then this way nobody switches screens and stuff. That's why people have been doing that. So it's kind of cool, though. I mean, he could put us down there. It is a bigger screen, Russ.
It is a bigger screen. I noticed that.
Just saying.
And we deserve the bigger screen.
There you go.
Colin, bye, Colin. You sweetie.
He had to go to bed. But yeah, I got you guys in the bigger screen now. So
there we go.
I see.
Awesome. I'm glad the sound is working, guys. Yeah. So like I said, everybody, yeah, Russ had to plug in his headphones.
Didn't we have trouble with your headphones before, Russ?
Oh, I have problems with. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB slots and my headphone slot and an HDMI slot all plugged into this computer. And I unplug and plug in other things to do like video editing and transferring of files and all this stuff. So I unplug stuff all the time, and I don't know why this hasn't happened more often on one of my shows. I think it happened one more time, like 8 weeks ago, when I didn't have my audio. And yeah, I don't know why it doesn't happen like almost every other week.
Jeanette Pickering's in the house, Russ.
Hey,
Jeanette Pickering, but Mr. Doughboy's in.
Love Jeanette Pickering. How you doing, Jeanette?
Yep.
Hey, Jeanette.
And
so Russ,
yes,
it's like I'm looking back in time. You're going through everything I went through, and I can feel your pain, brother. I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
I think I've got it 85 to 90% worked out, but that I'm never going to say 100% because that's when it's all going to just crap the bed on me.
Yeah, I have it. Like I said, most of the time it's like I have it worked out perfectly, but it's something that I'm not doing correct. I think it's more of a practice thing, because most of the stuff that I want to do, I understand how I have to do it, but there's some step that I skip, or I don't plug in my headphones. You know.
Well, it's yeah. I realized that time I interviewed Drone Bum, I realized what my mistake was, and I could have fixed the sound issue and not done what I did. Yeah. I don't know what the picture issue was. I think it was more on his side, but I look back at that and go, "Oh my God, the solution was so simple."
Yeah, I remember he was saying that his internet is crap, or however he said it.
But it wasn't his internet. It was user error on my part, at least for the sound. But I don't know why his picture wasn't showing up. But regardless, it all works out somehow.
Oh yeah. Yep. And yeah, I'm sorry I didn't catch the beginning of your interview, Val. It was like my flat tire this morning just kind of did like a domino of a bunch of stuff.
So. But it was actually the very best part that you missed. We were talking all about you.
Yep.
How you can improve and not be a pain to your wife. And Synthroid had some really huge suggestions for you.
I'm pleading the fifth. I'm pleading the fifth.
My wife has a lot of suggestions for me. It doesn't mean that they go in one ear.
Does.
They bounce around a lot of times. They don't hit anything in there. And then like every now and then they it's kind of like the DVD screensaver where it bounces around. Every now and then it hits that corner, and then that's when it releases out the other ear.
Oh Lord.
But
oh my God.
But yeah, so it every now and then I get to catch something though. There's a couple little dendrites in there. There's a couple little neurons firing, and then there's like a little campfire of like all the brain cells. Like, you guys remember when there was more of us here? And then there's like, I remember the good old days back when Russ could do math and write things that made sense.
Russ, who needs math? It's not important.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the worst part about math is the teachers in high school.
I know. Don't they suck? I hate math teachers.
Awful. When are you ever going to use math?
It's awful. I don't. I never use math. I never use it.
You know what's funny is I have a new person who's hiring me for drone work that I'm going to have to start using math. So, because my drone doesn't look upwards, okay? He wants me to. It's a company that does radios. They do radio signals for security cameras, basically. And then what they do is they bounce the signals off an antenna up on the mountain in the town here, and then it comes down to his thing. And then they have a router that stores video files for everybody. So they kind of do like a cloud storage of security videos for their customers. And so what he wants me to do is to measure, and there's some places where they aren't quite sure that there's obstacles in the way of the radio antenna. And so they have the degree pitch that it needs to be at, but he wants me to measure if there's anything in the way of that degree pitch. And so what I have to do is I have to go 150 feet away from this rooftop, let's say, and then go up a certain point to be at, let's say, 21 degrees. Well, now I got to do the math to figure out what 21 degrees from that roof is.
And then Russ, Once your show's over, if you want a quick lesson on the law of sines and cosines, I'll be glad to do it for you.
You know what's funny? I still remember a lot of it.
Don't worry, I charge $40 an hour for tutoring.
You know what's funny is I still remember a lot of it because I went all the way up to Calc 2 when I was in college, but I couldn't do Calc 2 right now, and I could probably do some calculus, but it'd take me maybe 5 or 6 hours to build myself back into it. You know what I hated the most though, Mark? And I know you do a lot of pre-calculus and trigonometry teaching. I hate proofs.
Oh, I love proofs.
Oh gosh, no.
No, in fact, I teach calculus, but I'll tell you one thing. You're going to think this is crazy. Yeah. I'm a math teacher that actually hates numbers. The less numbers, the better. Give me the theory, give me the lack of numbers, and I'm a happy camper.
Oh. See, I like the numbers. Yeah. I can do the numbers, but when it comes to...
I got through calculus and discrete math. That was as high as I went.
Yeah. Bring on the topology, the complex analysis, and the abstract algebra. The less numbers, the better, and I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, see, I was the one that is like, if, then... All right, what did the other guy write here? But the thing is I was like, you know, I was the one in class, Mark, and I'm sure you get one of these every single year. I was the one in class that was literally like, teacher, yeah, some dead dude proved this stuff like 300 years ago. Why do I have to?
Yeah, I get those. Yeah. I don't engage that. My favorite is, when am I ever going to use this? You know what my answer is? Never, but next Tuesday you will on my test. That usually ends the conversation because I'm not going to get into those. You're never going to use it again. I mean, in that context, I should say. You know, obviously there's problem solving and it helps your brain, yada, yada, yada. But I said, listen, there's not an argument I could give you right now that's going to justify it because you're just arguing because you don't want to learn it. I said, so suffice it to say, you're going to use it next week on my test. That's all that counts.
Yeah. Well, you know, I use a lot of my trig and stuff and calculus stuff in my upper level physics and chemistry classes and stuff.
But, oh yeah, I bet.
Back when I wanted to become a chemical engineer as a kid, but that was a long time ago. And then I got into like, you know, up like 250 physics or whatever, and I was just like, you know what, I really don't like this.
Engineering was not it for you, huh?
No, I was like, I just want to mix potions together and be like, aha, science, you know.
Watching a few movies, were you?
Yeah, I should probably stop yelling like that though, because the wife is gonna come down here and she'd be like, "Do I have to tell Mark to talk to you?"
That's right. That's right.
Well, Val's here; she'll take care of it.
Yeah, she will.
See, I wanted to be a math teacher. And then I went into calculus and discrete math. And I just thought, you know what? I think I turned out not to be as bright as I was thinking I was. So I did something else. I did sociology. I was like, yeah, I the math, it's I just, you know, the calculus, I passed it, I passed discrete, but I realized I was in trouble. Yeah. I was in trouble.
And I'm afraid if I bring this up, I'm afraid it's going to haunt me when you interview me, Val. But you know what my actual undergraduate degree is in?
What?
Psychology.
Yep, there you go. I got you.
Go ahead and write that down.
Dennis Lovelady.
You can't make this stuff up.
Dennis Lovelady, was your wife's math teacher actually named Mr. Dole? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's never going to have any jokes made about him in class whatsoever.
No, my calculus teacher got us in right before a test, like 3 days before a test, and used all his boards to talk about how to make a pendulum. And he went through all of this all the way around, and somebody says, what part of this is on the test? He goes, well, none of this is. I just kind of thought I'd like to do this today.
Welcome to college.
Hey, Mark.
Like, holy crap.
Mark, did you see what Trans Jedi just wrote in chat? That I have never heard before, and it is awesome.
Have you ever looked at your ex and wondered why?
Dude, That is the best.
That is the best. That is the best. That is the best. That's amazing.
Trans
Jedi, you are now my new favorite channel.
Yeah. Mark's gonna use that to his maybe not.
I am. I'm actually gonna do it to a colleague of mine who's actually divorced, and I'm gonna see if he catches on.
Yeah.
Because he always comes into my room. He teaches social studies. He always comes in and starts arguing. Why does X have to be anything? Just let it be. And he starts going on. And he does a drive-by and he gets all the kids riled up to say, yeah, why do we have to know this? I'm like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Rabbit Hole? Thanks for coming in, man. But yeah, no, that
down
was
the rabbit hole. I love her channel.
Yeah, I love the name. Like the name.
Yes.
When did I get the channel? I think I got it on Pusa Studios, maybe.
I think I picked her up on Pusa, but of course I said it wrong. It's down the Wabbit Hole.
The Wabbit Hole, yeah.
The Wabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could just use what Russ just said. Hey, Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
It's not Rabbit Hole. It's down the Wabbit Hole.
Wabbit. Yeah. What is it? Elmer Fudd. Be very quiet.
Now, again, every time I go live, he comes in like for a little bit, and I think he comes in just because I have to shout out his name. Backcountry Bunghole pops into my live streams every time.
I love that name too.
When I see that name, I'm like immediately go, my favorite name on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you met him on one of my streams.
I think it was either yours or one of the outdoor channels, like maybe even Passion for Fishing and Hunting. But it was either yours or one of those. But I'm like, I subbed that person just on the name alone.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
That's good. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there that I really like. Oh gosh, what's the one? Idiot of the Day.
Yep.
Oh, I like
that guy.
him.
Yeah.
And then there's the gaming channel. I Pick My Butt.
Yeah, that's the other one I was trying to think of. Yes.
I Pick My Butt.
Yeah.
And you know what? I cannot say his name. I go, hi, Pick, or something. I cannot say it on live stream. I can't say his name.
Come on, say it, Val.
No.
Yep. You got to say it now.
Can't do it. I just can't do it.
Now, Russ, I got to ask you, can I entice you in some Vegemite and chocolate?
No.
Dude.
Or some Vegemite and hot sauce? No?
Yes.
Okay.
I will totally do it. I am down for any of those kind of dare things. I'm down for it.
Oh. Make sure you have a beer nearby. Just saying.
No. I'm gonna eat Vegemite and hot sauce and wash it down with Vegemite and chocolate.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm saying that because I don't have it in front of me.
Well, I can mail it to you. Not a problem.
Did you already try it?
I did it on my live stream tonight.
Oh, I missed that part. I heard you guys talking about it. That's when I kind of came in when you were talking about it.
Well, Lloyd did the Vegemite and hot sauce, and I told him I would do it on my live stream. But he said wait till I come on. So sure enough, he popped on. But I said I was going to take it one step further because, people talk about salty and sweet. They have, chocolate covered pretzels, chocolate covered bacon. So I had this idea about chocolate because it's salty. Vegemite is very salty. So I said to Lloyd, this is not a challenge. I'm not saying you got to do it. I'm not trying to one up you. But I thought about it. I'm like, hey, if it's salty, if you put something sweet with it, maybe it'll be better. And I was wrong.
I'll try it, man. You send it to me, I'll try it. I'll put I'll put a big old gob of it on like a Ritz cracker.
I mean, it's not horrible. I can live without it. I can eat it. It's not something I crave on its own. I can put it on toast. It's okay. It's just salty. I mean, if you can eat a sardine, you can eat Vegemite.
Yeah, I've done those.
I can eat a sardine, but I cannot do Vegemite. No.
You know what? I actually like anchovy pizza.
Well, then if you can do an anchovy, you can do Vegemite. It's just salt. It's awful.
Oh, send it to me. I'll put a big old pile of it on a cracker.
Gary Foster says, "How about hung like a what? Why? Okay, why is he asking me that?"
How about because you like the Yeti?
No, you like the Yeti.
No. Central
no,
was
wait.
talking about Yeti Love.
No, that
And
was
you were saying maybe you shouldn't talk about that on the live stream.
Okay. Now, I will say this, Val. We can turn it back on Kim because he talked about something tasting like Yeti butt. And again,
Yeah,
I call him out. How does he know what a Yeti's butt tastes like? That's what I want to know.
He lives in northern Canada. No.
So that, does that mean Roger knows what a Yeti's butt tastes like?
No.
I'm pretty sure Roger would say, no, I do not know.
Remember, whenever we're like, oh, Kim dove in a snowbank. Roger, did you dive in a snowbank? No. Nope.
Could you imagine? Poor Roger. Could you imagine him diving into a snowbank?
No.
Oh, I can't. I don't even. No, poor guy. I couldn't imagine that.
No.
Hold on a second, guys.
Oh, reminded me of the bunghole guy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, God.
My daughter was asking me if she could have a dessert.
What, she wants to try Vegemite and chocolate?
Oh, she might try it with me. She's gonna probably spit it, like there'll be Vegemite stuck on the camera here or whatever after she'll spit it at the camera. But I see. Well, Gary Foster was talking about the bunghole guy, reminded him.
Oh, hung like a Yeti bunghole guy. Okay. I'm like, what was he asking me that for?
I was going to question. I had some questions. I'm going to write that down because I have new questions for you now.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
There is a really...
Wedding the... Really, Val? I told you not to tell anybody.
Now it's 2 streams in a row.
Exactly. And about to be 3.
Tomorrow morning.
Hold on.
Yeah. Hey guys, don't forget
okay, I'm good now.
Like.
I thank God for Depends. Don't laugh. I've warned them before, but for another reason.
Well, now you got to expand upon that. We're not letting you get away with that.
That's what they say.
It's not the best method, but if you ever do dry suit diving under the ice and you don't have what they call a P valve installed, dry suit may keep water out, but it would keep it in as well. So people have experimented with Depends in case they have to go in the middle of a dive. The only problem is your suit compresses and it doesn't work as well as people think.
I was going to say, would it just this is the greatest topic in the world, but wouldn't it just squish it out?
No, it holds it, but it's not as absorbent.
Gotcha.
I got to say, yeah. Oh.
Hey, it's no worse than when somebody's P valve hose breaks off on the inside of their suit and they think it's intact.
I didn't know there was a P valve. Things. Is that for girls too?
Oh, they have one. It's called the She valve. I'm not joking.
Okay,
I'm not joking.
I'm just never gonna dive because I don't think I like.
No, that's only for a dry suit. If you wear a wetsuit, you just be in the wetsuit if you have to.
NSFW. Search on Google. I guarantee in the next 10-15 minutes, She valve will be trending on Google. No.
Oh my God. Goodness love lady. How about next?
Well, I'm going to stop talking about it because I'm sure, Val, if you want to include that in your conversation with me on the interview, I'll be glad to go into detail about how these things are applied to the human body.
Yeah.
So we have you in a dry suit wearing diapers.
Yep.
And peeing the bed.
Yeah, Trans Jedi, that is true.
And Yeti Love.
The Yeti Love was your gig, Val.
Oh, the Yeti. Okay,
Valve.
so
I said Valve. Val.
So speaking of Yeti Love, there is also another NSFW that people can search for later, but there is a song called I'm gonna let everybody use their imagine. I bleeped a Sasquatch last night.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. It's an interesting song. Just make sure you're not around colleagues or anybody who gets offended easily when you play it.
That would be me. And so you know who would like that song maybe if it's not really dirty?
It is.
Deftone Pilot.
It's definitely dirty.
Because he's Sasquatches.
Yes, it is. It is definitely. There is nothing about it that is going to do well for anybody's PR.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd want to advertise if you were in love with the Yeti.
Well, this guy did.
Proudly, right?
Yes, and in
Oh
detail.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I draw the line at Yetis.
Yep.
Hey, Drone Wolf Media.
Hey, Drone Wolf, what's up? But so guys, I am going to do one more trivia question here really quick. And I'll let everybody kind of say it in chat, and then we'll give you guys a chance to guess as well. You guys can go ahead and guess. You're just like everybody else. You guys don't have the answers to these. But where must drone batteries be carried when you are traveling by plane? Where would you store or put your drone batteries if you're traveling by plane? Anybody know? And guys in chat, please let me give guesses whenever you guys want, and I'll I'll give you guys the information. I might actually do another video on this because it's one that people are wanting to travel with their drones more and more all the time. So
everybody's saying carry-on.
Yep, that's true. It has to be in your carry-on luggage, and now. With me, when I was traveling down to our cruise, they never checked them. But you are supposed to have the terminals taped over with electrical tape or some kind of non-conducting tape. So the metal, basically the end metal terminals aren't exposed.
Now, I know that it's recommended, but do they require the special bags in case they burst into flames?
It's recommended. I have one. I don't know where it is, but I have one, and I put mine in there because that at the same time, if you put them in there and you put them in there correctly, you don't have to tape over the terminals.
Okay, Dennis, that makes sense.
Yeah, Dennis put a very important fact in. He goes, because LiPo gets unstable in a vacuum, very dangerous in a cargo hold.
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's why they do not allow any batteries.
I'll be right back, folks.
Oh gosh, my wife just. I don't know if anybody wants to see this. It's a bad picture. A bad picture of a child having. Well, gosh, it's funny that she brings this up because it's a subject that we were almost kind of talking about.
My brother sent it to me.
It's a bad picture of a child having a really bad diaper.
Ooh.
Anybody who's about to have a kid, congratulations, because those happen.
Only one breast milk and formula, and after that, it's just.
Yep.
But yeah, so it has to be with you in your carry-on, and they require you to tape over the terminals. Or the other thing is if you have a LiPo bag, it usually has separate areas that are separated for each battery, in which you don't have to tape over the terminals because they're in their own section area. But that's what they say. But again, like I said, they saw my drone bag, they opened it up, and that was like they opened it up and looked at the drone. I don't even think they knew what they were looking at. Because they opened it up and they pulled out the controller, put it back in. Like they didn't look at the drone, they didn't look at my batteries, nothing. Oh, Barnacle, what's up? Dennis, love lady. Yeah, that only works a few times. Saying this is your kid, not mine.
So I'm getting a slight feedback on this. Is anybody else hearing that?
I think that's
computer.
No, I think that's Mark. Mark might be eating something.
More Vegemite?
Maybe. Mark? Hello?
Hey, your diaper's full.
Yeah, but I was definitely hearing. I think he just turned off his.
No, I'm here. I just had to go get something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a feedback too. It's kind of like somebody's running a hairdryer or something that's interfering. You know what I mean? So that's just that's what it sounds like. Yeah, I hear something too, Val.
Weird.
It's not awful, but it sounds like a buzz in the background.
Let me adjust the volumes here a little bit. You guys still hear it at all?
Yep.
Weird.
You still there, Val? Did we lose Val?
She does look
on my
frozen,
screen.
huh?
She looks static.
Yeah, she does look a little frozen, doesn't she?
I'll be right back again.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I think we did lose Val, but yeah. And then let's see. I got one more, guys. One more little question, and this has nothing to really do about drones. And I might come up with another one here in a little bit. But this next question. Oh, there you are, Val.
Bring the question. I'm ready to win that drone.
Win a drone? I don't have anything to give away. So, and most of you guys will know this because most of you guys probably saw it, but what is the name of the person who cut my hair a couple weeks ago?
Actually, Val, it's not a drone you're going to win. You're going to win a tube of Vegemite.
Yeah, I'm not putting your daughter's name nor your wife's name down now.
Why?
I don't want to win Vegemite.
But P.S. everybody, the person who cut my the person who cut my hair is standing right there. So yeah, if anybody remembers her name, I did actually kind of say it a few times earlier in the stream, but it starts with a B. Drone Wolf Media said Bubba. I hope not.
Oh my God.
Your name Bubba?
What's wrong with Bubba?
You know what's funny
my
about
daughter's name is Bubba.
Oh, I thought her name was oh gosh, now I'm forgetting. I know you've said it a few times. Olivia?
I don't even remember I don't even know my daughter's name.
Is it Olivia?
Yeah, it's Olivia.
Okay, see? I try to remember. I'm usually decent with names.
You think I'd be good at names? I'm not.
No, my grandma really, really pushed hard to have my parents name me Bubba. My legal name, she wanted my legal name to be Bubba.
Why?
Because so that I could become famous later on and make my channel, instead of droning about Northwest, it would just be like Bubba Drones.
Really?
Thank you, everybody, for joining the live stream of Bubba Jones.
We called my brother Bubba, and I still call him Bubba. I'll go, hey, Bubba, how you doing?
We call my son Bubba sometimes. But
I love his scowl, by the way, Russ.
It's good.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
That's precious.
Yeah, so anybody who hasn't seen that little scowl, I think I have it here. Let's see here if I can get this to play. Hold on, guys. Here's Colin's scowl. Yes.
Colin,
yeah, that
Colin.
kid is something else. And his grandpa, my dad, taught him how to do that scowl.
Oh goodness, Colin, look at me.
He's just so adorable.
Colin.
He is very, very cute.
Colin.
He's so happy with himself.
Good stuff. I don't know if anybody else did that. Not show for everybody else. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's cute. He's so cute. Yep, that reverb's still there. Hey, Russ, I'm going to go ahead and go now because I'm going to have to go to bed at some point.
Sounds good, Val.
But, God, thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed. You are the best. Thank you so much.
I had a blast, Val. Thank you.
All the guys in the chat, I love you. You know it. And bye, my loves.
Have a
Talk
good
to
night,
you
Val.
later. Thank you. No,
Bye,
it's
Val.
Becky, right? It's Becky?
Bella.
Bella. I'm sorry, Bella. I liked your little box car you had going that one day. You just went down inside of it. That was super cool. Bye, Dennis, John Wolf, and everybody. Thank you. Bye, guys. If I can figure out how to get out. Where am I? How do I get out? Bye, Centroid.
Bye.
Bye, Val. And then there were two. Yeah, so the what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, so I'm in this it's I think Cindy was talking about it earlier, Mark. I'm in the semifinals for Silverwood, is like the theme park around us.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm one of the semifinalists for being somebody who's going to do like a vlog for Silverwood.
Uh-huh.
But I also, well, I'm going to be putting it on my channel, and then Silverwood is going to be showing that vlog and mailing it to their whole mailing list of like 250,000 people who come, and they're going to have it on their website and all this. Like, that would be amazing.
That's cool. I hope you don't mind. I'm having dinner right now.
Hey, no problem, no problem. Yeah, Bella. And you know, Dennis, Bella actually in Italian means beautiful. So.
Now, is this, you said it's a theme park that this is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's cool. How many entrants were there?
I don't know.
Well, that'd be an interesting fact.
I know there's 10 of us. There's 10 of us left.
How did you? What did you have to do to get selected or even be entered? What was there like a specific activity you had to do? Did you have to do a sample of some sort?
Yeah, you had to do a sample video for them, and then you had to fill out a bunch of questionnaires about like your channel, you, your family, how long you've been going to the park, your history in the area, and then like why you think your channel would be unique for doing this job for them. And they choose, I think they choose 5 people, and there's only 10 of us left. So I have like a pretty good chance of getting it. But yeah, so and I think the drone, the fact that I you know, my channel is about drones, and I would be drone and doing the park, you know, vlog type style stuff or whatever at the same time is kind of why I'm in the mix. Mm-hmm. So and with my part 107, I think doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But yeah, so I'm really hoping I get that, because that would be some big exposure for me.
That's cool.
Yeah. Especially, you know, with local people who, you know, a lot of the areas that I do my videos about are areas that those people also go to and stuff. So it's more than just like, you know, everybody in here, and that's why I like watching everybody in here's videos, is because you see, you know, a part of the country that you're not used to seeing. You see, you know, somebody's perspective on something that you've never seen before. But you know, at the same time, like a lot of you guys that have videos, you guys have some local people that are like, oh, I remember seeing that place, or I've been to that creek, or you know, like you and Mike were talking about last week, Mark, about what was it? Is it 9 Mile Creek that you did the video? Yeah. I keep wanting to call it because there's a 7 Mile Creek here, so I keep thinking 7 Mile, but I know it's not.
Yeah, it's 9 Mile.
9 Mile Creek. So yeah, that kind of stuff. So it would be nice to have some
cool.
more local people watching some stuff.
Well, it's funny. That's kind of how Mike Roche and I hooked up, because I caught him in on iSpike, and then I saw that he had some shots of Lake Ontario, and then I threw up the 9 Mile Creek, and it turns out 9 Mile Creek is pretty much in his backyard.
Nice. Yeah, I liked I liked that video of yours. It's pretty good.
Well, I got another one coming up. It's another river that I took a shot on. Last weekend was gorgeous. I went out and did some more video, but
nice.
I haven't been able to edit anything lately. So
yeah, I've got like, and I'm sure everybody else has this same thing. I have like 9 videos that I've taken footage for, or I've done some pre-work and done some stuff for, but then just don't have everything finished, or just haven't edited. Mm-hmm. And some of them I started last summer, and they're kind of summer videos, so I can't really finish them until there's no snow on the ground.
Right.
But one of them I'm really excited about. But
that's cool. We had like 55-degree weather here today.
Nice. We get it next week. That's when we get ours.
Crazy. This weather's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
It is.
So.
Well, and creeks are much longer in the east. Yeah, that's possibly true, Gary.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Val and I were looking over the analytics of that video. Guess what? I don't care. It's view time as far as I'm concerned. I actually had 7 dislikes on that interview with Val.
Oh, she has some people that like to follow her, and
yeah, I think so. She said that she thinks it's people who that have to do with the whole whatever strike thing or whatever on her. You know, I don't care. I don't know if you're on the stream when somebody put a dislike. So I invited everybody to put dislikes. In fact, I even logged onto one of my other accounts to give myself a dislike.
Yeah.
Like, have at it.
On yours. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, as far as I'm concerned, they're watching.
Well, the thing is YouTube, if you're getting, as long as you're not getting like more dislikes than likes, YouTube sees that stuff as interactions.
Right. Exactly.
And strong feelings. And sometimes, it's kind of like everybody loves to see a dumpster fire happen on video. Everybody loves to see, and that's why there's so many of those like car crash compilations and stuff like that it's like millions and millions of views because people like to see stuff bad. So when you get a video that has, let's say, 300 likes and 40 dislikes or something like that, it's not like they're taking that 300 and minusing the 40 and only giving you 260 credit. They're looking at 340 people thought it was a good enough idea to make an interaction with this video.
Yeah, a like and a dislike at that point is just it's all the same on paper. It's all a view to them. So I don't care.
No, there's some people who love to hate, and there's some people that don't like to let things go.
Well, Roger was on like in half an hour before I went on.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the notification came in, I clicked on it, and I was like the first one there, but yet he already had 2 dislikes.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Dennis says a like and a dislike count for the same in the algorithm.
They do. They do as long as the dislikes don't overdo the likes, because then sometimes they look at it and they're like, ooh, something's not right in this video. And then they'll have one of their moderators come in and watch it to make sure that it's not like somebody saying I smacked my child 10 times or something like that, and that's why everybody's disliking it. They're making sure it's not something like that. But
something really taboo.
But as long as you're getting like likes and dislikes proportionately, they don't care if you have 100 or 200 dislikes, as long as the likes are proportionate with it. So because you're gonna get a couple, I get a couple. I think I've got like a total of like 35 or 40 of them total in my history.
I'm not worried. Like I said, it's funny to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Roger has that one lady he claims that every morning she just gets on to dislike and leaves.
Hey, you know what? She's getting on every morning to watch his show. Even if it's for 20 seconds.
Yep. Who's the fool, right?
Exactly. That's why, like when I get people who are haters, and I've had one person who like they didn't like something that I said on my Rattlesnake Ridge video. Basically, they didn't like the fact that I was talking about how the highway was at risk. They're like, the highway's not at risk. They wouldn't let people on that highway if they thought it was at risk. You don't know anything about this subject. You're not an expert. And I was like, hey, I'm not an expert, but I have a YouTube channel and people want to watch it.
I don't know. I'm no geologist. I'm no urban planner, designer. But a sliding mountain down a complete sliding mountain would put anything at risk near it.
Yeah, it would. And the risk might be minor, but it does. And to what I told the guy is, I was like, the great thing is this platform gives me an opportunity to give my opinion. And then I had to delete his next comment because he said stuff that other people shouldn't have to see. So I deleted that comment. and then I got like 4 dislikes on my next 4 videos. You know,
who cares? It's like you said, it's an interaction. Who cares?
Hey, he thought enough to come back. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, and I'm sure every single person here, all you guys have all had your share of somebody saying something stupid. You know, like I said before, my wife's worst one was the guy wanting to see pictures of our kid's belly. That was actually a little disturbing, but
that one was weird. That one was creepy.
Yeah, it was.
Now, I didn't know you could do this. Gary Foster says he has his like and dislike counter disabled so that only he can see them.
Correct.
But nobody else. I didn't know that was an option.
Yep, you can do that. Sometimes the reason why I have mine enabled is because sometimes people see, oh, well, this one's getting a ton of likes, so I'm going to like it. You know, it's kind of that following of the crowd. You know, I don't know if anybody else has seen that video, but there's this social experiment where they ring a bell in this waiting room and everybody stands up. Ooh. Oh, it looks like we lost Mark. I'm sure he'll be back, but everybody stands up. He'll be back in a second there, Jerry. I'm sure. But everybody stands up when this bell rings, and then they sit back down. They don't say anything. They don't do, and all these people are like, they're in on it. But then you have random other people who are coming in for their actual appointments and stuff in their doctor's office, and they just kind of look around when everybody's standing up. It's Joe Hernandez. Yeah. Bye, Mark. And thanks for coming in, Joe Hernandez.
Sorry about that, Russ.
Oh, hey, no problem.
I X'd out the window, but for some reason I'm still getting. I think it's the Google Hangouts thing. I'm getting that feedback as soon as I join the call. I wonder if Google's having issues.
I don't know.
You don't hear that?
It could be something on one of my ends with my mic or something feeding into the headphones.
Are you doing something right now?
No, why?
It keeps going in and out. It's really, really weird.
How about now? Is it better now?
It's better, but yeah. No, we're good. It's fine. It's tolerable.
Okay. All right. Well, that's weird. I can always move my.
Did you just do something?
Yeah. Did that make it better?
It went away.
It went away? Okay.
Completely.
Well, I had so I guess I have to organize my wires. I have some of the wires wrapped around things. So I had the wire to my headphones wrapped around my microphone. So maybe it got some feedback from that or something.
Yeah, because it is perfectly clear now.
Cool.
Like instantaneously.
Awesome. Well, then I'll leave it like it is and I won't touch anything else.
The things you learn, right, as you do this.
Yeah. I mean, you learn to plug your headphones in, then I guess you learn to not put your input with your output and wrap them around each other. Down the rabbit hole, we're just talking about me messing up with my electronics. It happens often enough.
Oh, trust me, I feel your pain. I've done it plenty of times.
But yeah, so what I was talking about when you were leaving, Mark, is there was this
accidental
experiment.
Uh-huh.
And what happened is they placed like 9 people in this waiting room for this doctor's or dentist office. I don't know what it was. But every now and then, on like the sound system, they were playing like just some like elevator music or whatever. And every now and then on the sound system, a very low chime tone would play.
Really?
And everybody would stand up and then sit down, like immediately, like that. All these people.
Really?
And then people who weren't in on it, they would kind of look around at everybody like, you know, what's going on with these people?
Uh-huh.
And by like the 5th or 6th time, they're kind of like, okay. And they're just kind of standing up like that. And then they take away a couple of the actors. And all of a sudden, some of the people who've been in that waiting room for 20, 30 minutes, they're just in on it. The moment the bell rings, they just, without even thinking, stand up and sit down. And new people are coming in, and now they're part of it without even knowing what they're a part of.
That's crazy.
And it's a social experiment of following what others are doing.
That's absolutely crazy.
Kiwi, what's up? How's it going? And Kiwi, like just type in chat. You can go ahead and say I butchered your name. It happens, and I do it. I mean, I'm good at remembering names. I am not great at pronouncing them. I would be one of those people who somebody would say, "Oh, my name is Jonathan." I'd be like, "Oh, Jonathan, cool." They'd be like, "Well, what?"
I noticed Jerry from Drone Says Jerry Cow. He asked me how's the acro flying going. Well, the tiny whoop I have, the battery lasts all of 15 seconds now, but I've been doing a lot of sim and streaming the sim on my live streams, and so everybody can laugh at me. But it's actually going better than I thought. I'm getting better at the simulators. Hopefully this weekend I might. Tomorrow night I might be going to CNY drones and meeting up with Louis P and flying something there. But we're going to be doing that live build on my stream coming up, and it's going to be a 3-night thing every other day. I'm going to be posting that where he's going to build a a drone, literally a quad from beginning to end. Probably have to do it in 3 nights though.
Nice.
But it's
That's
going
cool.
all right. Yes. Yeah, it should
That's
be fun.
cool.
He'll be doing the work. I'll be streaming it and essentially, moderating the chat and asking him the questions so he doesn't have to. He can work. He doesn't have to look at the screen. So.
Yeah, and wow, Trans Jedi, I forgot about that. You are over across the pond there. It is really late. Actually, I should almost say it's really early for you now. But
Yeah.
thanks for coming in.
4 hours. Yeah.
Appreciate
4
it.
hours for me.
So
it's 11:30 here and it's 3:30 there.
Yep. So he's on the Greenwich time because they don't change over until end of March, I think, or something like that.
I don't know.
As far as their daylight savings. But
I swear, I'd like to see them do away with daylight savings, and if they don't do away with it, I think they need to change the time you switch the clocks to Friday night. This way, you have the weekend to learn how to adjust.
Yeah, I agree.
For the people who work, Monday through Friday, of course, not everybody does that. But
you know what? I do this on purpose, Mark. We at our house, we don't plan anything for the weekend that daylight savings happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like this last weekend when it happened, we went to our cabin. There was no schedule thing, and we changed our clocks on Friday anyways.
Right, there you go.
And then we just adjusted. We woke up Saturday morning, and then we woke up Sunday morning. By Monday, we were better. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but we were better.
Yeah, the example, everybody's kind of agreeing. The example people say it's like taking 6 inches of your top sheet and stitching it to the bottom sheet. It's like you're just moving a piece of it to another portion, but yet it's the same damn thing.
Yep. Yeah, and Kaiwi, I'm glad you laughed at my pronunciation of your name, which means I know I'm wrong, and one of these days I'll have to get you to actually tell me how to pronounce it so I can say it correctly. Oh, Wari, what's up?
Here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kevin's been in here. Well, he was here for a while in the beginning, but
I haven't been paying attention to chat like I should be, so I apologize, everybody.
No, he was here in the beginning before you were able to come over.
Okay.
So, yep, Kevin's here, and Wari's here. Good to see you. Oh yeah, no, so when was the last time, I'll ask you this, Mark, when was the last time you had to change out a tire?
Oh, God. Actually, the last time I had a flat tire was on a lease vehicle that my wife had. And I went to go change the tire, and there's no spare. And this is a lease vehicle. I'm like, how does a lease vehicle not have a spare? Well, what this, and it's a brand new car. And so when I opened up the trunk to look for the spare, there's no spare, but there's this weird looking bottle with a hose coming off of it and an electric pump. So essentially it's a high-tech version of Fix-A-Flat.
Oh, it's the foaming stuff?
Yeah, so
nice.
You basically hook it up, you read the directions. What it does is it not only you use your cigarette lighter, so you didn't have to take anything off, but what you did, like Fix-A-Flat, it's like a liquid that essentially coats and seals the hole from the inside, and the electric pump pumps up your tire.
Nice.
So of course they recommend you go get the tire fixed after you do this because it's supposed to only be a temporary.
Yeah.
Well, this is how crazy, and everybody knows. And if there's any mechanics in the chat, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but there are good mechanics, honest mechanics, and then you've got the people who try to,
Yeah.
keel haul you. So the first place I went, I said, I need this fix. Just the fix of a flat is a very simple concept. It's a plug, right? Because it was only
Correct.
a puncture, and I've done it myself, but I didn't have the kit on me. So I went to a place and said, I need the whole patch on this. They're like, well, it seems okay. I said, yeah, I had to use the stuff that came with the lease. It was like the fix a flat thing. He goes, oh, we don't do that. He goes, once you do that, it ruins the tire. We have to replace the whole tire. I'm like, what? So I said, and then he priced me a tire. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll come back if I need to. So I went to another place and I went in and I said, okay, here's the problem. I had a hole. I used the fix a flat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I don't know if I have to replace the tire or not. I want you to take a look. So they put the thing on the lift. They looked for it. And they came back. They go, we can't find the leak. I said, but I know, obviously, I pulled it was like a little nail that was in the tire. I said, I used the fix a flat stuff. Do I need to replace it? And he looked at me, he goes, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He goes, I recommend you drive it until you absolutely can't drive it anymore, then change the tire. I'm like, God bless you, man. You're an honest. What?
It would be flat by then, right?
Yeah, and he goes, no, why would you replace it? It seems to be fine. You're not leaking anymore, are you? I said, I don't think so. He goes, if you have a problem, come back, then we'll look at it, and if we can fix it, we'll fix it. I'm like, what a difference between the two places.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, it's been over a year, same tire, no problem. So I guess I didn't need to buy a whole new tire.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that guy's. I've never messed with that stuff. I thought it was only one of those things where it's like supposed to be for 50 miles or something like that. But
yeah, no. Well, he says, well, if it's working, why would you mess with it? I'm like, okay, that's the first time I was like, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate it, man. It's balanced. It's not like rumbling. And he checked the balance on it. It's fine. He goes, leave it alone.
Yeah. Yeah. And Kaiwi, I luckily, okay, so this is how lucky I was on my flat. So the place I was going to is like not even a quarter mile from my house. And it was one of those things where it was like I heard a sound outside. Must have been when I first hit the nail or whatever it is. Right. I didn't feel anything when I ran it over. So it's not like I ran over like,
right,
a big old, end of days club with nails in it or something like that.
Right.
But I heard something. I was like, what was that? So I rolled the window down and I could, I kind of slowed down and stopped and I could hear the air like coming from the tire. And I was like, oh. So I was just immediately just drove to my house, got it in my driveway before it got too flat. But it was leaking.
So why did it take you 2 hours?
Because the lug wrench that I had, and we're talking, this is a 4-ton, like big old, one of those 8.5 foot tall Sprinter vans. Mm-hmm. The lug wrench that they give you is 8 inches. So you have 8 inches of torque to try to get those lugs off.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So basically nothing.
Yeah, and there was 3 of the lugs that were seized up.
Oh Lord,
they were rusted in. Yeah, so I tried forever, and finally my dad came and brought one of those what do you call it, cross lug wrenches where you can do both sides, and that I was able to use that.
So you can push and pull at the same time.
And I finally got that to work. Even then, it took like 15 minutes or so of just per lug.
How's that go again?
Gosh, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? Hey, Artie, what's up? Oh, Artie, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a few weeks, man. I'm good. Glad to see you. Yeah, I think Artie was one of my first guests on this show, on my Thursday shows. First people to come in. I think it was my first one or second one or something like that. He came in.
Drone Obsessed Jerry says that fix a flat stuff can mess with your flat tire sensors and give error readings on your dash. Well, I must be lucky enough to actually have a car that doesn't have those sensors because I've never seen them go off. And I have them on my truck, but I don't have them on this car, I don't think. So I think it's a moot point. So I lucked out in that department.
Yeah. You know what I do with those sensors? I just let them let them ring. It can sit there and tell me I have a flat forever. It's like, as long as I know my tire's not flat, I'm not worried about it.
I had a car that they would always go bad on, and all I do is take it because the light would bother me. So I'd take a piece of electrical tape and just cover it so I'd never see the light.
Mark, you and I have the same idea. I have the exact same thing on my work vehicle. Because we stopped having the sensors, because it costs extra to put the sensors in those each set of tires. It costs extra to put those sensors back in new tires. So we're like, forget them.
Yeah, and they're so sensitive too. A couple pounds over or under, and they're I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, in the summer, if you have a really cold morning where it gets like below 50, you know, because usually in the, or I should say below 40, or, you know, around 40, but it usually gets in the upper 50s here at night and mid 80s or so in the afternoon for our usual summer temperature. Would you get one of those days where it gets to like 48 or something at night, really cold? Sensors will go off on those things all the time.
Now, here's something I heard, and I thought it was a scam. But talking to a friend of mine who's actually a mechanic, who's not going to sell me a bill of goods because he's never charged me any money for working on a car or whatever. If you have an all-wheel drive vehicle, and my wife had this happen on her all-wheel drive vehicle, she hit a curb where she slashed the tire on the sidewall, which cannot be repaired.
Correct.
If you replace a tire on an all-wheel drive vehicle, you're supposed to replace all four.
All four? It can't be two?
No, they say that they have to be replaced because the way all-wheel drive vehicles are designed, if you don't have them even all four of them, that it can really mess with, I don't know, your alignment, your transmission, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it has to do with the all-wheel drive. And I thought that was just a big scam.
Yeah.
But talking, they're like, no, actually, they strongly recommend you do that because it can mess with your all-wheel drive systems. So I may be wrong, but if anybody in chat knows any more about that and wants to type that in, tell me if it's BS or if it's legit. Word has it, it's actually somewhat legit.
So I would say it's at least somewhat legit, because if you do have a tire, even on a two-wheel drive vehicle, if you have one tire go bad and your other tires even halfway through its tread life, you should repair or replace both.
Yeah. But they said if you're going to replace one and and the new ones like obviously new and the other ones have been worn down a bit, that you're really going to mess with the all-wheel drive system. But so
crazy.
We had them all replaced. And again, the guy I talked to, I trust. So I didn't trust the guy who told us that in the first place, because that's where we went. I'm like, we'll come back if we need to. And he was fine, but like, wow, I called him like, dude, is this true? Or are they just trying to, screw me out of some money? He's like, no, I hate to tell you, that's what's supposed to happen.
Yikes!
Like, wow.
So all-wheel drive vehicles tires are expensive.
Yeah, or no, maybe not as more expensive, but if you rip a tire where it cannot be repaired, like if you puncture it and you plug it, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you have the whole tire replaced, now you have to replace all four of them, supposedly.
Yeah. So if you mess up a tire, you're better to use duct tape than to try to replace that one tire.
the fix all.
Yeah. Oh, duct tape. It works on everything.
Yeah, Drone Obsessed says he thinks it works with the traction control sensors.
That's possible.
It affects it. So yeah, again, I'm not a mechanic, so
I wouldn't even know where the traction control sensors are on the vehicle. They got to be near the tire.
Here's the thing: when I first started driving, I actually knew a lot about cars, and I mean, I've changed carburetors, I've changed alternators, I've done all that, but you don't have that on these cars anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if there's a legit carburetor that you can get to on these new cars. Everything's computer controlled.
No, I don't think they really use them.
I mean, I'm sure they have something that takes the place of the carburetor to mix all the gas in the air and the mixture and stuff like that, but it's completely sealed. And
well, I think as long as it's fuel injected, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I have a friend that's a body shop and car mechanic as well. So it's like when something happens, I'm like, hey, Paul, how about some beer?
He's like, what do you need?
Yeah, exactly. his thing now? Yeah, that's what he says to me. He's like, oh, what'd you do? Which car is it?
And from a physics and math standpoint, Jerry says that different size will read different speeds.
Yeah, and it'll actually, if you have one that's got less tread, the one that has more tread will tread harder and uneven, and until it gets to where this one is, and it's not necessarily going to be even, so it might even be worse on this side, and then this one will go bad. So. But,
Drone Kings in Darwin, how's it going? He says good afternoon. I love it. He's in Australia.
Yeah,
he's in the future.
I know, it's weekend for him. He's like, it's party time over in Australia right now.
And it's bedtime for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually going to end the stream here fairly soon. I might go another 10 minutes or so. But if you need to go, Mark, just let me know.
I'm going to bag out here and let you wrap things up with everybody in the chat. So I'll say goodnight to everybody in the chat. Thanks again for having me come in here. I appreciate it.
No problem. Hey, thanks for coming in as always. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good night, everybody.
See you, Mark. Yeah, so guys, and like I said, anybody else who wants to come into the chat, I'm going to go ahead and disable that so it's not annoying there. We'll turn on the video again. We'll have that one going down there for you guys. So you guys have something to look at in case you guys are like, oh, Russ's face is not really that great. You guys can look at Russ's face on this. Wait. That window. Yeah, Worry, that's so true. There are some parts of a car that it's like, just light the car on fire and buy a new one. You're so much better to do so. Like airbags. If you have all your airbags go off on a car, things totaled most of the time. First of all, because you did some damage enough to light the airbags off, but those airbags are like $1,500 each airbag to restuff. It's nuts. Oh, was I moving a mouse across Mark's image? I wonder how long that was happening, Gary. Gosh, it was doing the window capture, and I think I might have had it. There's an option where you say, capture the mouse with it or not. I must have had that chosen the second time I put that on there. That's funny. Yeah, because I'll sit there and I'll move my mouse around all the time, and so I have a fidgeting thing. So yeah, I bet I was moving my mouse across his face the whole time. He was probably trying to swat at it and stuff. But yeah, and yeah, thank you for coming in, Drone Kings. Appreciate it. Oh, it's 11:44 a.m. in China. Dang. My chat, I think, is a little bit behind here. There we go. Oh, you're playing Tetris in the background. Nice. The whole time it was on there, Gary? Hey, you know what? Like I said, I understand technology. I just don't understand how to not break it or do it wrong at the same time. I understand what it's doing or what it's supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to do that. It doesn't mean I do it, though. It's kind of like listening to my wife as well. She tells me what to do. I know what she's saying, but it doesn't always work out right. Let's see here. What else do we got? Well, like I said, guys, hey, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down here. Appreciate everybody coming in. Yeah, I didn't notice the mouse, and I have the stream actually playing on the other on my other monitor here. I want to make sure. I think my video is kind of making the stream a little jumpy here, but anyways, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. Thank you guys all for coming in tonight. Thank you everybody for hanging out. If you haven't yet, please leave a like on your way out. And if you guys have not subscribed or know anybody else, please invite them in. I do this show every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And a lot of you guys have been in here numerous times, so you guys all know. But hey, invite a friend if you want, and bring them on Roger's channel as well. So I appreciate you guys all coming in. Have a great night. Hope your weekend goes well if I don't see you in between. And I will see you guys next time right here on Thursday. We'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good night. Later.